Hello, welcome. I'm Coach Christian, and I help extremely stressed people to deal with their stress by observing it for themselves. Welcome once again to yet another video. Every single day, I publish a video that's designed to help you deal with, provide you with tools or answer a question that will help you to deal with the stress in your life right now or stress when it occurs in the future. All right, let's not waste much time. Let's actually go into the question of the day. And today the question is coming from my buddy Rob. So Rob asks, Coach Christian, how do I deal with a friend who has serious mental health problems but won't take my advice? So my buddy Rob asks, Coach Christian, how do I deal with a friend who has serious mental health problems but won't take my advice? Well, the first thing is this. This is one of the most frustrating experiences you can ever have, which is to try to get someone to do something when they don't want to do it. Right? It's like kind of trying to lift a dead body. It's very difficult. The body is not cooperating with you to lift, as opposed to lifting someone who wants to get up. It's much easier. This is the same, right? Because you're mentioning, hey, I have a friend who has mental health issues. So that's not specific enough, but it could be anything, right? Maybe the friend is like very depressed or sad all the time, or I don't know, they have terrible mood swings all the time. Let's say one moment they're happy, the other time they're really pissed off, another moment they're excited, another moment they're just in total depression and despair, right? So you've observed that your friend has a mental health problem. You want to help them, but they're not taking your advice, right? So the reality is this: once if your friend doesn't want to take your advice, I mean, you really can't force them, and you really can't make them take your advice, you see, because the key is when it comes to mental health, when it comes to things like mental health, those are things that are internal. They can only happen with the cooperation of the person, right? I mean, if I tried really hard, I could force you to, let's say, I don't know, if I'm an employer, if I'm your employer, I can force you to, like, I don't know, work hard by maybe monitoring how you work. I could make you work hard. Or if let's say I don't know, man. If it's in, let's say, in the state, in the case of a country, I want to make you vote for a particular person. There's certain things I could do. Maybe I could threaten to shoot you if you don't vote, threaten to harm your family. There's a lot of pressure I can put upon you, right, to make you do what I want. But there's certain things for which there's really nothing I can do. Like, if you don't want to be joyful, there is no way I can force you. There's no way I can give you advice to become joyful. If you have a mental health issue and I know you need help, I can see you need help, but you haven't yet realized that you need help, then I mean, there's nothing I can do. This is just the reality, right? So that's one aspect of it, right? It's in that case, it's probably best, but it's going to depend from situation to situation. It's probably best to let the person suffer more, right? I have a buddy of mine, and with my buddy, we used to say something when we used to chat. He used to say that, I mean, in life there's a sort of equation, an equation of suffering. A certain amount of suffering is usually necessary for someone to seek liberation or to seek help, right? So for some people, I mean, all they have to do is to like lose control once, and that's enough, right? They go and seek help. For someone else, like the entire family has to turn against them before they seek help. For someone else, even if the entire family turns against them, they still are not going to seek help, right? Some people need to go to jail before they realize, okay, things are not going well, I need to change. And others, even jail will not do it. Some might have to overdose. on a drug before they need to change, but some will not. And some, it doesn't matter what you do, man. It doesn't matter what you do. They're still not going to seek help or realize or recognize that something needs to change. Right? So, with the human being, we just have to be patient. It's difficult, but we just have to be patient um, for them to really want to change. And then when they want to change, now we can try to move them. Right? That's one factor. The other one is also the fact that in order to be able to move someone, you need to develop a relationship with them, right? So I don't know your reality, obviously, right? So how close are you with this friend, right? So sometimes, like, have you ever noticed something like I can tell you to do something and you're not gonna do it, but your mother might tell you to do it and you'll do it, right? Because you have a closer relationship, let's say with your mother, or your child can tell you, "Oh, Dad, smoking, please don't smoke because I don't want you to die on me," right? And maybe that might be enough to get you to stop smoking, whereas your buddies and doctors presenting you with studies means nothing. So that's also another factor, right? I can't really tell you what to do because it's important to observe your reality and look at your situation. So it may be the case that your relationship with your friend is not strong enough for them to listen to you. That may be the problem. In which case, of course, if you notice that that's really what's happening, you might just have to get someone else who has a much stronger relationship with them to try to influence them, try to talk to them and see. Maybe their mother, maybe their girlfriend, things like that. But so it's gonna depend from situation to situation. And here's the other thing, right? So I was thinking about this today. There is such a concept as what we refer to as normal. You see, you're talking about your friend is having a mental health problem, right? And maybe you're thinking to yourself, I don't have a mental health problem. I'm good. I'm fine, right? So, and you're saying you're fine very likely because you're normal, right? I mean, like, I'm not undergoing anything extreme. I'm not super depressed. I'm not super sad. I mean, I'm just like, look, I'm all right. Okay, I'm all right. Oh, I'm slightly something exciting happened in my life, so I don't know, man. I just earned a lot of money. I just got a new job. Okay, right? Got into a new relationship, so I'm good, right? Maybe that's why you're saying it. But then you're looking at your friend who's at that down point and saying they have a mental health issue. So one thing I want to point out is that the normal way people are, like the normal people in society, even that's really not okay, right? It's pretty much, as far as I can see it, the entire human population right now, pretty much everybody I've met is, including myself, right, is not okay really, right? Has a mental health issue, right? So it doesn't mean that they're depressed, but here's how I define mental health, right? Let me put it the way I see it. So if an external event is able to control my inner state, then I say that I don't have control over my own system. And for me, that's sickness, that's mental health, right? If an external event is able to make me think and feel a certain way, then that's already a mental health issue. It's just not severe enough, right? It's just not severe enough for everybody to see that it's a mental health issue, but it is. I guess a good example of this is, I mean, there's this concept, right? Like, let's say you go to the sink, right? The sink in your house, and there's a hole, and you block the hole, right? You plug the hole, so that when water pours into the sink, it doesn't it doesn't like flow. It remains within the sink, right? So let's say we have that. We have an empty sink, okay, empty sink. We've plugged the hole in the sink, and then we open the tap a little bit, so there's just a drop, just one drop at a time, right? For most people, they'll say there's no problem, right? Big deal, it's just a drop, no big deal. But if you're if you are a person who's perceptive, you'll notice that, look, this one drop is already a problem, right? Because if I don't do anything about it, this one drop is going to go in, and another drop is going to go in, and another drop is going to go in, and eventually the sink is going to be full and it's going to start flooding, right? If you're perceptive, you'll realize the moment the first drop lands into the sink, you'll realize there's already a problem. I got to close this tap and make sure that not even a single drop is coming out, right? But if you're not perceptive, you'll have to wait until the whole sink is full and water is flowing and you've now flooded your house before you realize, holy crap, there's a problem. This is the same thing with mental health. If an external event is able to control your own thoughts and emotions, this is already a problem. For instance, if someone insults you and you become angry, that's already a problem because the person is controlling how you feel. If something, I don't know, man, if you apply for a job and you get the job and suddenly you're very joyful and excited, that's already a problem because instead of you creating joy for yourself, you're depending on an external event to create joy for you. If you're a perceptive person, you realize already I'm mentally ill. I have no control over my own faculties. I'm not able to create the state I want to create. Instead, I'm depending on external things to create the state I want to be in. But most people, of course, because it's normal, right? In society, it's normal to have external events determine how you feel and act, right? As a result, most people see that as okay, I'm fine. And then they view mental health as people who've now the same thing has just gone over the edge. So this person is so controlled by external events that they're becoming depressed, or they're so controlled by external events that they're becoming angry or afraid or all of that. So the sink is now full, and then we're saying, hey, that guy has mental health issues, but I'm fine, right? So the way I say it is, unless you have total control over your faculties, to the point where it's not possible for an external event to make you sad or to control your external state, I say you have a mental health problem, right? And so I think it's wise then to address it when it's still small, right? Someone just said something I don't like. Someone just insulted me. I'm angry. I take this as a serious problem. An external event has controlled my internal state. Let me close my eyes. Let me observe this anger. Let me try to deal with the problem while it's still small, right? But if I'm not very wise, I'm gonna ignore all of those things. All the little irritations, I'll ignore them. All the times when like something good happens outside, I'm joyful. Something bad happens outside, I'm sad. I'm gonna ignore all of that because it's normal. Everybody around me is like that. And then I'm going to have to wait for a disaster to hit me before I realize that I have a mental health issue. All right. Look, if you like this video, right? I think I'm done with I think I've gone in a lot of depth here. If you like this video and you like the ideas that I'm sharing, please don't forget to like the video, right? Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the video, and hit the bell notification. Ding, 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 ding. This will notify you, right, whenever a new video comes out, because like I said, I publish these videos every single day and they're designed to help you, right, solve a problem in your life. And also in every one of these videos I answer a question. So today my friend Rob asked a question. Thank you for that. Now if you're watching and you have a question, please add it in the comment section below and just comment on whatever you think about this video. If you disagree, I want to hear about it. Right? Because the more I know what you're thinking and the questions that you have, the better I will be at answering questions that actually meet your needs. Right? So if you like the ideas I've been sharing, in particular, um, if you like this approach I've been talking about of dealing with the problem while it's still small, even the slightest irritation is already mental illness. Let's observe it before it becomes a fucking let's observe it before it becomes a fucking catastrophe, all right? If you like this approach and like to know more how to observe a problem when it's still small, then just go in the description below and click on the observe approach. There's a link there. This will give you free and instant access to a simple but very powerful method that you can apply immediately to deal with any problem that is stressing you out. including these so-called minor problems, right? That are already a sign that something is wrong. Okay, and then here's the final one, right? If you're in a relationship right now and your relationship is breaking down, or you suspect, as we were saying before, that because you don't have total mastery, the way things are going, the relationship will break down in the future, right? And in particular, you're worried that maybe you're thinking of ending the relationship, or you're worried that your partner is going to end the relationship. If you're in such a situation, then for a limited time only, I'm offering a free relationship rescue coaching session. In this coaching session, we'll get a crystal clear vision of the life you want, right? In particular, the kind of relationship you want. We'll get a crystal clear vision of the kind of relationship you want. We'll figure out precisely what is stopping you from having this great relationship. What is making your relationship break down? And you leave this coaching session renewed, re-energized, and inspired to transform your relationship or know when it's time to end it. To take advantage of this free online, limited time only relationship rescue coaching session, just go in the description of this video and just click. There's a link there given for relationship rescue coaching session. If you click on that link, that will send you to my contact page. Just contact me, letting me know that you want to take advantage of this relationship rescue coaching session. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching this video and hope to catch you in the next one. Bye.